And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB. The Monty and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite four-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, dude. I was in the military. I thought Hogan was gonna lose. I really did.
I didn't say lose. The big thing was he going to pick the Giants up? Because before then, even though we knew it was nonsense, nobody had ever done it. Blah, 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 blah.
It's a good. All right, listen, I'm going to play the AEW Women's Champion, Mariah May, in her post-scrum. I think you'll find this amusing, all right?
Okay.
Any questions for Mariah May, who is still the Women's World Champion?
Oh, boy.
Don't be shy. What's wrong? You guys don't like women's wrestling?
Okay.
Do you have any questions? Do you guys like
Please
to
don't
tweet
be
a lot?
shy.
Any other questions?
I apologize for
Anything
being honest.
interesting to add? Anyone?
Last call, anyone? I think they are just stunned by the glamour. And, you know, thank you very much for taking the time
Good
to
work,
be
guys.
here.
You have a bright future in media.
Thank you.
Hey,
that was legitimate, dude. Not one person asked her a question. Not one.
She's obviously been taking charm lessons from Mercedes Moné.
You think so? Dude, but can you imagine? It's this wrestling nerd after match press conference, and no one's got a question to ask the women's champion. Oh my god, dude. So anyway, Bully Ray, your friend of mine, slams media attending AEW Wrestle Dream pressure over Mariah May's treatment. Mariah May, hold on, dude, this fucking computer. All right. Mariah May, I would like to personally invite you on to Bust It Open, Bully said. Unlike the ignorant mouth breathers at the press conference post Wrestle Dream, who did not have enough respect to ask you one question, an AEW's women's champion, who had the only women's match on Wrestle Dream. Okay, bro. Tell me this, honestly.
Sure.
Who the fuck is Bully Ray to now tell people you have to ask questions? If you got nothing to ask, why should you ask it? Because he says so?
He didn't want us talking about it anyway. Everybody sitting in that fucking press conference has probably never been in the ring or the locker room anyway. Why should they talk? Right, Bully? Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what he's also been known to say? You don't even have any right to say anything about wrestling anyway. You never worked in the business, blah, blah, blah. Here's a clue for you. Maybe if Mariah May was engaging and had some sort of aura and wasn't a really, really, really shitty copy of Tiffy Time, then maybe somebody would have something to say to her. Because nobody had something to say to her, that's disrespectful. Who the hell are you to judge what's respectful and what's not? What's disrespectful is you making it out like, oh, it's an open door with us over here because we're fair to everyone. Like, fuck you are.
You're right. Dude, I don't know what to say. It's like, if you're in charge of AEW and that press conference, are you taking the belt off this bitch right away?
Immediately.
Of course. You can't. People don't even care enough to even ask one question.
What about her response towards the media? She was sarcastic from the moment the thing started towards them. You know? I mean, everything out of... Zach Wilson got run out of town for going, no.
Right.
And this is okay how she talked to the media. I wouldn't want to ask her anything either. You know? She basically insulted all of them, and then fucking... Nigel's the only pro in the room, because Nigel's like, they're obviously overtaken and stunned by the beauty. Somebody at least tried to get her over. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
You think that Bully would talk about that? He's not going to talk about that. He's going to talk about, once again, his point of view on how everything he thinks is correct, and we're all a bunch of clueless.
But again, You shouldn't talk about wrestling. Now how dare you not ask a question? I'm sorry. You're not important enough to ask a question. I don't care. I mean, to be honest with you, the message should be, you better stop these scrums, because that was embarrassing. See, at first I thought it was a shtick. I thought, it was a cut video.
Right.
But it wasn't. It was straight like, she's got to feel about this small right now.
Speaking of scrums, do you have any idea? Because I don't, and you probably don't either, but the accountant at the WWE does. Do you have any idea how much money that scrum with CM Punk cost AEW in the end?
Yeah, you're right.
How much money do you think that comes to? Because CM Punk has been worth every last millionth dollar he has brought to the fucking WWE.
I can't argue with you, man.
So
that
I
guy's
can't
won me
say
over.
that I can't say that your scrums are actually profiting you. You know what I mean? And they took it from New Japan anyway. It's taken from
Listen,
New Japan.
I think it's a great idea. I enjoy it.
It is.
But
is.
Do you know how bad you have to be not to have a question asked, not one? Think about that. Think about that, Jimmy.
My God, you're the most boring wrestler alive.
You might be the most boring wrestler alive.
I mean, Steve King would have gotten at least 3 questions from you and I apiece.
Dude, when we do the main show, Mario Mancini might even have gotten a question.
Right.
There
you go. Absolutely. Wow. And he's mad.